Hello, it's Sunday morning. The sky is almost blue, the sun is out, and it's been a good morning already. I've started doing some bits and pieces in the garden, tidying up in the annual vegetable garden, lifting off some of the plastic covering that we've had to kill off weeds for the winter, moving it to other areas. And today I'm going to answer some questions that I've received about the ducks. So I've been asked if we have a duck house. Well, yes, we do. This is it in the background here. It's a bicycle store shed which Mr. J and I bought a year or so ago, and we've converted it into a duck house. And we converted it by making a hole here, reinforcing it on the inside and outside, and putting this sliding door in it so they can get shut in there safely at night. So what they're actually looking at is way up in the sky there somewhere. So at the water bucket at the moment, you can see it's quite a large duck. He's got quite a big chest and a curly feather on its tail. And it's preening under its wing at the moment. But this is the drake. There are two ways that we can tell a drake from a duck. The first one is that they sound different. Girls go quack, 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 and the boys go ar, 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 ar. That's really not a very good duck impression, I'm afraid. But the boys will usually do two quacking noises together. It's very low, it's very throaty, and the girls make a very definite quacking sound, the quack that we would recognise as almost from a cartoon, that sort of quack, quack, quack noise. I'm quite good at that impression. The other way to tell, and it isn't as reliable and takes longer to show, that most boys, although not all, have one curly feather just above their tail, which curls back up towards their head, and the girls don't. But the young boys also don't, so it's harder when they're younger to know, and that's when I do it by ear. But even with the young ones, the sound is very similar until they get to about 12 to 18 weeks, and I realise that's quite a long age span, but birds mature at different rates. We were also asked what we use as the ducks' bedding. Well, we use this, which is what we also use for the chickens. And this is chopped rapeseed straw. I really like it. It's really good to go on the garden. It breaks down not very, very quickly, but it does break down and adds lightness to the soil. As you can see, it's very light. It does absorb quite a lot of moisture, surprisingly, because barley straw doesn't. So this seems pretty good. It's lightweight, it's easy to use. And the other thing that we have used in the past is chopped miscanthus, but I'm not as taken with it as I am with this. This is usually sold as equine bedding, so suitable for horses, and indeed the stuff that we get is called bed wrap, and it is an equine bedding. Now, I've also been asked what we feed the ducks, and in particular what we feed our ducklings. As you know, we run an organic homestead, and that includes the food for our birds. We start the ducklings on an organic chick crumb, which is I think designed for chickens, but I make sure that I also put some extra vitamins in their water on about day 3 or 4, just so that they have a little extra boost of vitamin B. And then at about 6 weeks old, I move them on and I mix chick crumb and growers pellets, and again it's an organic one, and they have that till they're about 8 or 9 weeks old, and then I slowly start introducing some layers, so they have a mixture of about 50-50 growers and layers, and the reason I do that is that I want to bring them on quite nicely with Aylesbury's. Egg to table can be something as short as 8 weeks. We don't generally do that. If there was a problematic duck that was causing grief in amongst the harmony of the flock, then we might do. I prefer to wait until they're about 12.5 weeks, or better still till they're 18 weeks, but we just need to think about housing then, because at the moment we don't have the housing for masses and masses of ducklings. Now, the hatch that's about to happen shouldn't be a problem, because there's only 7 eggs in there, and even if all 7 hatch, we've got plenty of housing for 7 ducklings to live together. Well, having said it was sunny, although the sun is up there, there's quite a lot of cloud and the wind has picked up. It's making my eyes water because it is quite cold. But I did want to answer those questions, and please, if you have any more questions about how we raise the ducks or what we do with them, please leave a comment below. And likewise, if you've got any hints or tips of how to tell the gender of a duck or of a duckling at quite an early age, please share it. Well, that's it for me today. I'm heading back indoors to put on a few more layers, and then I'm going to come out and do a bit of gardening. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one, and I also hope you can join me again tomorrow.